In this tutorial we're going to be learning the Tunisian Brick Stitch. This is the first video in a series on my channel where we're going to be exploring all different Tunisian crochet stitches that I think would make beautiful crochet blankets. So let's get started with Brick Stitch. Start by making a slip knot using your preferred method, and then your starting chain for this stitch needs to be a multiple of 6 plus 1. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to go for 25. So there's my chain of 25. I'm now going to go ahead and make a foundation row. If you're already familiar with how to make a foundation row in Tunisian crochet, you can go ahead and skip forwards to this timestamp here, where I'm going to show you how to change colours. If you've not worked a foundation row in Tunisian crochet before, stay with me and I'll go through it step by step. So this is the front of the chain, and if I turn it over to the back it looks a bit more bumpy. We can actually see there's a line of bumps along the back of the chain here, and that's where we're going to be putting our crochet hook. So I'm going to skip this first chain here, and then under the back bump of the next chain, so this loop here, I'm putting my hook underneath it like that. I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. I'm going to repeat that in each chain across. So my hook's going under the back bump of the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. Continue doing that all the way across. So I've continued along my chain, and double check your stitch count here. You should have the same number of loops on your crochet hook that you did with the number of chains that you started. So I've got 25 loops on my crochet hook. So what we've done there is the forward pass of our foundation row. We're now going to do the return pass of our foundation row, which we're essentially going to cast off all of these stitches here. So to do that, yarn over and pull through one loop. Then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Continue doing this all the way down until you've got 2 loops left on your hook. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, all the way down until you've got 2 loops left. So I've continued doing that all the way along until I've got 2 loops left on my crochet hook. So just before the final yarn over and pull through of the return pass of that row. We're now going to change colour, but because we're going to be using the same colour for what I'm using to represent like the mortar of the bricks here, we're not going to be cutting our yarn. We're going to actually be carrying it up the back of our work, so we don't have to weave in so many ends. This is what the back looks like when we do that. So grab your next colour of yarn and pull up the end. Then we're going to drop the colour we're using for the mortar, so this taupey brown colour here. I'm going to just drop it. I'm not cutting it, I'm just leaving it where it is hanging. And then I'm going to pick up my next colour yarn. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull that new colour through both of the loops on my hook. And that's how you change colour in Tunisian crochet. So now we're going to work 2 rows of Tunisian Simple Stitch with this pinky red colour. If you already know how to do that, then go ahead and skip to row 4 and I'll show you how we do these stitches here to get the mortar fabrics. If you've not worked Tunisian Simple Stitch before, I'll take you through it now step by step. So for Tunisian Simple Stitch, we work under the vertical bar of the stitch. So I'll just grab a needle and point to it for you. If we have a look at our crochet all the way along this row, we've got these vertical loops of yarn down here. Those are called the front vertical bars, and that's what we put our hook under when we work Tunisian Simple Stitch. So I'm going to put my hook under that front vertical bar there, yarn over and pull a loop through it. We're going to do that all the way along for our forward pass. I'm going under that vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. Under the vertical bar, yarn over and pull a loop. And we'll go all the way along to the end until you've got just this vertical bar right at the end left to work, and I'll meet you here because we do something different for our final stitch. So I've continued working all the way along to that last stitch, and for the last stitch, to get a neat edge, I'll just show you what the neat edge looks like. A neat edge like this, we're actually going to go under 2 loops rather than 1 loop. My hook is going underneath that vertical bar, but there is actually another loop next to it there, which I'm going to slide my hook under as well, so like that. Yarn over and pull up a loop, And that is the forward pass of Tunisian Simple Stitch. This is the same for all rows of Tunisian Simple Stitch. For the return pass, we yarn over, pull through 1, and then we yarn over, pull through 2, all the way across to the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. So that's row 2 finished, and for row 3 we're going to do another row of Tunisian Simple Stitch in the same colour. But what we're going to do at the end of that row is we're going to stop where we have 2 loops on our hook. So I'm going to Tunisian Simple Stitch one more row, and then I'll meet you at the end of this row. So I've worked that second row of Tunisian Simple Stitch and I've got 2 loops left on my hook. And what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this colour of yarn. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up that brown yarn that we dropped earlier but we didn't cut. I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to yarn over with it and pull through 2 loops. Now if I look at the back here, can you see this piece of yarn here is not pulled really tight, but it's also not really loose and baggy. We need our tension for this loop of yarn here to be just right so it sits flat on our work there. I'll show you this again. Can you see how flat that is on the back of my work? There's not a big baggy loop there. So for row 4, we're going to finally be working these stitches that create the brick effect. So we're going to be doing those stitches as we work a row of Tunisian Simple Stitch. So I'm going to work 5 Tunisian Simple Stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 6 loops on my hook total. So these stitches here are kind of overlaid over the top of those 2 rows of Tunisian Simple Stitch, you can see, and it's similar to a US treble crochet stitch in normal crochet. So to do that, yarn over twice, then we're going to follow the vertical bar down. So the next vertical bar is here. I'm going to follow it down to the vertical bar that's in the same colour as the colour I'm using, so this light brown colour. I'm going to put my hook under it. There. Then yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop. So that is a Tunisian treble crochet. We've still got a loop on our hook from the top, which makes it different to a normal treble crochet. So because we've worked this stitch, we're going to skip that vertical bar of the row below there, and we're then going to work Tunisian Simple Stitch in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to repeat that Tunisian treble crochet. So yarn over twice, then follow the next vertical bar down, so there, until we get back to the same colour. Put your hook into the vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Ooh, this yarn is a little splitty. So that's our next Tunisian treble stitch. So continue doing that all the way across, working Tunisian Simple Stitch for 5 stitches, and then working the Tunisian treble in the stitch down here from row 1. So continue that across until you've got 6 stitches left, and I will meet you there. So I've just worked my last treble crochet and I've got 6 stitches left unworked. I'm just going to finish off this row just as if I was doing Tunisian Simple Stitch as normal. So I'm going to finish this forward pass and then I'm going to work the return pass just as if it was normal Tunisian Simple Stitch. So return pass is yarn over, pull through 1, then yarn over, pull through 2 across. We don't need to do anything different for those treble stitches. We just continue doing that yarn over, pull through 2 all the way across to the end of the row. So I realised I should have said to stop when you've got 2 loops on your hook, because we're going to be changing colours here again. So I'm going to drop that brown colour and I'm going to pick up my next colour, and then I'm going to change colours just like we did previously. So I'm going to pull a loop of the new colour through those last 2 loops, leaving that other colour attached and not cut so I can pick it up again later. So this stitch pattern is actually a 6-row repeat. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for rows 4 and 5, we're just going to work Tunisian Simple Stitch in this next colour. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you right before the final yarn over and pull through of that second row of Tunisian Simple Stitch to change colours. So here I am at the end of row 6 after doing 2 rows of Tunisian Simple Stitch. I've snipped this colour that I'm finished with, then I'm going to grab that yarn that we dropped earlier of the light brown colour here. It's more of a beige than a brown, isn't it? I'm going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops to change colours. Again, that stretch of yarn is not too tight and not too loose. So now this row is essentially going to be the same as this row we did down here with the Tunisian treble crochets, but our treble crochets are going to be offset slightly from those treble crochets to create the brickwork effect. So for this row, we're going to work 2 Tunisian simple stitches. And then we're going to do our Tunisian treble. And then 5 Tunisian simples, and then a treble, all the way across until you've got 3 stitches left unworked, and I will meet you there. So I've just done a Tunisian treble and I've got 3 stitches left unworked. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off just as I would for Tunisian Simple Stitch. So I've got 2 loops left on my hook, and this is the point where I would change colour. So now you're going to repeat rows 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 over and over again, and then once your crochet is the size you want it to be, come back to this tutorial and I'll show you how we cast off our top edge, because if you don't cast off you end up with these kind of baggy holes at the top. So to cast off, we cast off the same as Tunisian Simple Stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch in the vertical bar of each stitch across. Then once you've finished casting off, weave in your ends, and I do recommend blocking this crochet stitch. I have already blocked this sample here, but as you can see it does like to curl up on itself just as Tunisian crochet likes to do. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll pop a playlist of some more Tunisian crochet tutorials here, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any more of the Tunisian crochet tutorials I have coming up in the next few weeks.